Okay, so what I'm going to do now is um, making a video for the guy who bought my old railroad, Nick Jordan, and he came all the way from Asheville to buy my old HO layout, and he took it home and sent me pictures, and he really enjoyed it. He put his new engines on it to run, let me keep my old trolley that I had. But anyway, I wanted to make a video, start making a video of what I built, okay, on uh, on my deck, and I took people who are not into trains. Um, they may not know what these things are, but uh, model railroad is an expensive hobby. Sometimes you get a deal, but every one of these houses that you see here, okay, I bought. I bought from eBay because I like the European look. You can see they're all European. The whole town is European. Check out that taxi there. I even have double-decker buses that I put in here. I built this whole thing out of wood. And as you can see, this was dead space. I mean, I never used it in 4 years, this area of the deck. And I transformed it into the main board. This is what I call the main board. I wanted a small railroad that you could have fun with. I have my big castle up here. It's gorgeous, and it sits on a mountain, and the train goes through the tunnel. And I bought this station. This did not look like this when I got it. It had to be repainted. But I got a deal on this on eBay. I bought it for $5. You don't get these houses for $5. These are $25 a house that you're looking at. Something like that. Something like that. So anyway, I had to figure out how I want the town to look, and I put the streets in. And then it comes down on the second level here, and I put some railroad tracks here. It's a train yard because I had some extra cars where I keep them. And my favorite train of all time is a Santa Fe because that's what my father had running when I was 1 year old. And he had that running in our house. He made a train board for my first Christmas. And I saw the Santa Fe. But to lay this track, this way, it takes a lot of planning. Every piece of wood had to be cut precisely to fit. The track, HO track, is the most unforgiving because if it's not perfect, the train's not going to run. So you can see this is like the third level. Take a look at that beautiful house right there. I mean, these are gorgeous. These are just gorgeous houses. And I bought every one of them on eBay. Look at that house. And so this is what I call the main board. And then let's start from the top. I used the ledge as a board. I used that little part of the ledge as a board to put scenery on it, and to use each 24-inch space. I'm still touching up things, but I put all kinds of stuff here to make it interesting, mainly for my grandson when he comes over, or for any young child who comes over to look at it. I have friends who have kids, and I would love for them to come over and see it too. So, every house here had to be purchased on eBay. Now I got about up to here. This rest of it needs to be done, but it's not done yet. It's just sitting there like that. But anyway, the train starts up at the main board, and it goes on this upper track that you see here. It comes around a turn. It comes around here. It's got a little curve here where it comes out into a train yard. You got your train switching station here. You got a beautiful Pennsylvania GG1. The name of that engine and that style is called GG1. It's a gorgeous engine that somebody designed. And the train comes back around here, curves, comes out here. It's going to come around this beautiful plant. This plant lights up at night. As you can see, the scenery out here isn't done yet. I still have to do that. It'll come as far as this, come around the track. I built this whole thing here. Everything had to be cut to size. And the last section, which I'll do another video on, goes in here. And before I cut the wood, I cut it out of foam board to see if it's the right size. Once the foam board is right, then I cut the wood. So the track will come down here, it will curve back in here, it will hit the second level underneath, it will hit the second level underneath and come back around all the way here and come up this little incline here and come back to the main board. And if I figured this out right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So on one side there's 32, no, roughly 35 feet of track. And on this side there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. There's 36 times 2. So it's about 100. It's about 100 feet of track, counting the curves and everything. So it is the biggest board I ever made. I didn't want anything complicated. I didn't want to run two trains. You know, I just wanted to run the one track, the one train. And I have my Santa Fe engines. I have about 5 engines that I run. And that's my project. It is not done yet. Once I tie in that other end, then the loop will be completed. But I had promised Nick Jordan that I would make a video for him of the board, of how it's coming so far, because he's a model railroader just like me. And I hope he enjoys the video.